Hello and welcome to the Spruce Arena for a home matchup, non-league battle between Braintree and neighboring Archbishop Williams. Mike Walsh bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV as Braintree here on their home ice for the first time in a while. Their last game, a tie here on their home ice against Framingham. That was back in early January, but it's been a while since we've had a game here at home. And the opening stoppage here is a stop in goal from Peasy, who gets the start for head coach Burchill. Braintree playing some pretty good hockey the last few games. Most recently, a shutout on Martin Luther King Day, 6-0 on the road against Norwood. 14:41 to go here in the opening period. Braintree's really only lopsided defeat this season was against Milton. Their other loss coming at the hands of one of the top 5 teams in Natick. Should be a battle here today against Archbishop Williams. Always has a strong program. Right now they're at 5-5 on the season. Records obviously don't indicate fully the story, but Braintree at 5-2-3. Puck is kept in as Braintree smacks it right back behind the wall. Mincello in on the forecheck as Braintree doing a nice jog along the boards there. Fighting for possession now on that far side was Reen, and now it's skated free as Braintree loses an edge, and it is picked up as Chukas trying to get involved. Back on the defense now is Shea with it. Shea has a couple of players on her, spins it back, makes the wise decision, and now under some serious duress. Braintree's going to have to move the puck quicker. They want to try and get past this pinching defense. Archbishop Williams really trying to smother Braintree in their own end. But if Braintree can get the puck out quicker, they might have a chance for an odd man rush. Not able to clear it, as giving that one away on the Braintree side of the ice was Reen. As this one's forced back out to center, as Archbishop Williams was offside. They're able to get back onside, and now a 1-on-2 into the Braintree end. Shut off with a strong forecheck by Freeman. Puck loose, and is kicked free as Gibbons gets the touch. And now on the backhand, as Archie's looked for a shot, but cannot get one away. As Braintree finally able to clear it from their own side, back out to center ice. As the Bishops now working on the far wing. Forced in by Greenwood, and then both sides going to the ice as the puck is back in the neutral zone. 12:40 to go here in the first period. Braintree hasn't had a ton of possession here to start. Here in a scoreless game. A pass just off the mark for Freeman. As Braintree in the midst of a line change. Trying to force it up the ice, and the pass off target will result in the first icing of this ball game with 12:23 to go. So Braintree will have an offensive face-off as they make a line change on cue. Good measuring stick game here for Braintree to see where they stand. That's a very good Archbishop Williams team. Walsh out there on defense alongside Eggers as the puck is back along the boards again. And Archie's able to clear. Braintree gets a stick on it with a nice play by McDonough. Mancello now trying to get to it. Good strong skating there as McDonough trying to force it away with the stick. Worked right back out into the neutral zone as it's skated in. A little bit of room there, but no shot taken. As it slid to the opposite side of the ice. Pass is off target, shot released, and it's worked away by Braintree as they skate it free. Back out at center ice now as Braintree will dump and change. Good work there from McDonough to get that puck all the way back behind the net. Sometimes you see players just try and chip it into the zone and doesn't allow your team to fully make that clear change you were hoping for, and then an odd man rush could happen on the other side. Backhanded feed now as it's forced out by Chukas. Off the last line of defense, the stick of Nolan. Puck loose as Chukas trying to get it out of the Braintree end, cannot. 4 minutes in now to the first period, shot well high and wide. Almost looked like the player for Archie's made contact with the high stick there. That was Cummings on the far side. As this one is forced down, and now Braintree will be the guilty party of an icing. So again, the Bishops have controlled play here in the opening change. But right now, no score on the scoreboard. .10:43 off the draw and a shot on goal, and Peasy able to put down the glove. Crashing the net there for Archie's, looking to cash in on a rebound. Looked like that may have been O'Toole. Or that actually may, yeah, that is O'Toole. Tough to tell if that was a 1-6 or just a 6. Referee lost an edge there on the near side of the ice, slow to get back up. 10:25 left here in the opening period. Braintree and Archie's in the midst of a 0-0 game as Braintree able to chip it free, and a chance here for a breakaway, but the goalie coming out and forced it to the far wall. So Shea really hasn't had to make any plays in goal, but able to do enough to force that one to the far wall. Otherwise, Braintree had a chance for a breakaway. Would have made sense regardless for Shea to try and make a play. You can't allow a team to get a breakaway. Braintree with some good passing here as they force it up 3-on-2. Freeman sends a pass for Mancello. Mancello trying to feed it back, cannot make a proper pass that allows Braintree to make an offensive zone play. Instead, Braintree in the midst of a line change as Mancello chases after, and players again tumbling down to the ice. Braintree back in the midst of their line change, fully completed now as McDonough loses an edge, and it is worked in by the skating of Fleming. Right along the boards as the two sides battle. Two players there for Archbishop Williams, one for Braintree, and the Womps come away with the puck. Four players in that corner. 2-2. Two players for each side. back at the blue line, a chance for a shot. Low, and that one is blocked as Greenwood gets a clean shot away, but Braintree getting players in the lane. Here's an opportunity for a good shot, and that one was deflected up and out of play. The release that time from Lima Tower. And Braintree happy to not see any further damage there. 8:57 to go in the opening period. Still a scoreless game here at the Spruce Arena, Braintree's home rink, where they haven't had many home games over the last couple of weeks, but they will have a lot of home games over the next 2 weeks. With games today, Saturday, and the same schedule as next week. A couple of home games. Trying to make some work here on their home ice. As this one is shot down the ice, and that one is stuck aside. Trying to force that one towards the goal was Shea, as pinching after it now was Chukas. Right along the blue line, it is worked in again by Shea, as Braintree trying to get some quality shots away. Chance here to clear it out, but Braintree again gets a stick in that lane. Final 8 minutes now. Overskated by the Bishops. I don't know if that was intentionally or not, but it actually worked out okay for them as the puck is along the far boards. Opportunity for a shot from the blue line, and Peasy bobbled for a moment, but is able to quickly cover that one up on the shot from the point from Nolan. Didn't have a ton of velocity behind it, but did have eyes as the way it made it through. Not really a screen in front, so made it pretty easy for Peasy to make a play. And right now, Braintree's still waiting for one of the two goalies to take over the job and secure that spot. As Braintree obviously wants the most reliable goalie they can have, but right now it's a timeshare amongst the two between Peasy and Cadigan. 7.5 remaining here in the first period as Braintree trying to bank it out, and now able to do so with the self pass. Freeman coming after it with Graziano filling in, and Braintree thought may have been offside on that far side of the ice, but play continues. Good stick check by Graziano, able to force that one away. Now the shot as Peasy did not see it and almost able to squeeze that one through the legs of Peasy. Peasy really was not ready for that one as Braintree back down the ice, and it is going to go down for icing even though they win the race to the loose puck. That's the rule in high school hockey. Doesn't matter if you win the race. Obviously in professional hockey, that wipes it away, but not the high school level. With 6:59 to go, it'll be an Archbishop Williams offensive face-off. Braintree's second icing of the period. Archie's has one. We haven't seen a special teams opportunity. No power plays here in a scoreless game. Braintree with a good win off the face-off, but losing the most important part of that was the puck. On that far side of the ice now is Avini, as Braintree trying to force it down the wall. Cannot get it past the jerseys along that far side of Archie's as that one pops up again. Trying to get a stick in there again was Avini. He's going after the possession now. Braintree scrambling a little bit here as McDonough trying to help out Avini in the corner, as again, two players for each side tangle up. And the Womps come away with the puck. Not able to really make a breakout pass as Michello and McDonough were trying to move it up the ice. The McDonough sisters have just most recently been teamed up, and it has paired out pretty well. Been playing some pretty good hockey together. Giving Braintree a couple of goals over the last couple of games. Very naturally that in a lot of sports you see siblings playing the same sport. Doesn't always translate over to playing on the same team though. As this one is forced back towards the blue line. Opportunity for a shot, and that one going wide. Haven't seen Archbishop Williams take a ton of shots, although they've had so much time with the puck. As Braintree again will ice it. The third time they've iced it here in the period, as the clock will stop with 5:23 to go in the period. Far side of the ice as Braintree wins another draw. Forced along the wall. And another save is made here by Peasy, who's had to be good here in this first period to keep this one scoreless. Braintree's got to find a way, though, to make some better outlet passes, try and get the puck out of their own ends, and then, of course, translate it over onto the offensive side of the ice and get some shots. Haven't really been able to do that yet here in this first period. Hoping to do so now. Right up the ice as the opportunity was there on the carry from Kaliako. Rain in that far corner, outside with Kaliako. As Walsh in on the point, sending her way back out towards center ice as Braintree changing a player. Jumping onto the ice is Freeman, and Freeman gets a stick in that lane as they were trying to skate it into the Braintree end. 4:35 to go in the period. Still waiting for our first goal of this game as Braintree will chip it back out to center ice. Walsh has it now on her own side. Walsh trying to carry it free, under some trouble now, and able to do just enough to get the puck out. As Graziano trying to get a stick in there, and now Braintree the guilty party of the game's first penalty. It'll be a tripping call coming up on Byrne. So as well as Archie's has played, they haven't gotten a penalty in their favor up until now, and there hasn't been a penalty, in my opinion, up until that point. Clear call there on a trip. As the player loses an edge, taken down by Byrne, and an opportunity here, which is towards the end of this first period, so an important penalty kill for Braintree trying to keep it scoreless heading into the intermission. 4:05 left in the period and 1:55 on the power play. Opening up the lane now, the pass, and not really a clean shot gotten away by Fleming. As it's back at the blue line, they try to work it back down the wall. Best opportunity of the game, presumably, here for the Bishops. As that pass wasn't on target, but it works out now that they have it back behind the net. Trying to feed that one in front, as Braintree's going to have to keep an eye on O'Toole, number 16, right in front of the goal. Two players for Braintree gravitating towards that side of the ice. Back out towards the blue line. They move the puck quick, but right now not really finding any real estate on the Braintree side of the ice. Two players there for Braintree, Shea and Freeman, really making things tough for them along that side of the ice. Puck out in front now as Freeman has it and will clear it. Very important kill there for Braintree. That'll kill off a good 15, 20 seconds before they can get their possession back on the attacking side of the ice. Moved up the ice as the wing-to-wing pass by O'Toole comes off for a line change. Slowing it down now as it's given back to the blue line as they bring some pressure here. Able to skate a couple of times through as that was Lima Tower. A couple of times moving across, and the shot is kept away by Peasy. Her most important save of the game. Able to get that one with the glove. With 2.5 remaining, 20 seconds left on the power play. Shot through and off the post, it stays out. And Peasy able to look back and make the save. That one found its way through. It had eyes. And Braintree was able to just keep it off that goal line. That was very, very close to making its way in, which would have been a tough bounce against Braintree, who's been pretty good so far on the penalty kill. 14 seconds left on the man advantage. 2:23 left in the period. Scoreless game. Stalemate off the draw now. It is pulled away by the Bishops. Back left wing on the defensive side of the ice. As Braintree trying to work it down the wall. Caught in the equipment there of the Archie's player. Final second now as Braintree's power play, or Braintree's penalty kill comes to a close. As the Bishops come up empty-handed on the first opportunity with the special teams. 5-on-5 hockey now with the final 2 minutes underway. Braintree certainly has been chasing a lot here in this period, but Peasy, who makes another glove save, has been superb here in the period, and most notably on that power play. Had to make at least 2 or 3 really good stops and keeps Braintree in this game at a scoreless game, 0-0, with 1:46 to go in the period. See if Braintree can gain some momentum from that penalty kill as the puck finds its way to a Braintree stick. Backhanding it down the wall as Braintree trying to force it out and able to do so. Able to skate it free was Mincello for a moment. And now the puck right in front of center ice. Two players for each team battling for the puck. Braintree comes away with it. Here's McDonough. McDonough looking for a shot, registers one through, and a save is made by Shea. Good shot attempt there. That provided a rebound, but of course no Braintree player was close to the net. As O'Toole now trying to drive it towards the net, able to be shut down by the defense of Hull. McDonough battling away for the puck. Final minute now. As the Bishops try and feed it across the slot, Braintree was there. And it's worked right back down by Nolan behind the net, trying to backhand it, and the save is made by Peasy with 45.5 seconds remaining in the opening period. Certainly advantage to Archie's here in this period as far as the more dominant team, but it hasn't translated to any goals, and they've only had the one power play. But Braintree's going to gain some confidence from not giving up a goal to this point as they try and close out the period. As that one's deflected just wide, hit a player in front. That was a Braintree body. Another shot, and that's deflected, save, Peasy, rebound, and that one is going to be picked up by the loose stick as Braintree able to clear it out to center ice. That was some dangerous seconds there for Braintree on their own side of the ice. That was a great shot with the purpose of a deflection. Last opportunity as Braintree may have been guilty of a hook, but there was no penalty called there. That was close to a bad penalty late in the period, but Braintree gets away with one in the final seconds, and that's going to close out the opening 15 minutes of hockey as the two sides lock up in the corner. So Braintree and Archie's tied at 0 after 15 minutes of play here on Braintree's home ice at the Spruce Arena. So we'll be back for a second period after a quick break here on BCAM TV to continue our live stream broadcast of Braintree hockey here today. Welcome back to the Spruce Arena, start of the second period. In a 0-0 game, as Braintree moves it in, losing an edge there was Shea. That one forced down along the far side, and now it is worked out. Braintree trying to carry over some momentum after killing off that power play towards the end of the first period. Half minute in, here to the second period. Along the far side of the ice, that's Graziano there for Braintree. Back along the blue line and pinching up down the wall as Archie's trying to create offense from their defense. Katapodis, the player there for the Bishops, trying to create that rush, and the puck is again covered. Peasy, who's in goal for Braintree, really has been very good in this game. .10 to go in the second period as Braintree trying to get it outside that blue line and able to do so with the back check of McDonough. Back behind the goal, it's stolen. Coming after it now for Braintree was Byrne. And it's reversed back behind the net. Walsh trying to get possession of the puck. Kicked free, And it is a neat stick handling play by Mincello. The hut pass, too hot to handle for McDonough. Now trying to skate it through the Braintree defense, and that was never going to work as Tomalonis has to go for a line change. Braintree knocking a couple of Archie's players down to the ice here, trying to use a little bit of force here, create a little bit more difficult environment for the Bishops, who were the better team in that first period but did not score. Opportunity here, and Peasy has made a couple of big stops. Initial save, and then the rebound on the backhanded shot was kept out. Off the face-off, clean win, and the shot was blocked. Hustling over in that direction was Chukas, able to backhand it out. 2 minutes in now to the second period. That one is worked around the wall. And now Braintree's going to get a penalty here and a cross-checking call upcoming as the stick is stuck in the uniform. Is Braintree now going to create their second penalty against them? Not a good penalty there from Braintree on the attacking side of the ice. And that's going to go on Chukas. So Braintree's been guilty of a trip and now a cross-check, and neither have been pretty clear-cut. Black and white calls. Wasn't like Braintree was in any harm's way in that situation either. One last change for Braintree as Walsh comes off. It'll be a 5-on-4 situation here for the Bishops as they try and take the lead. Braintree plays with some fire here, committing their second penalty of the game, and we're early here in the second period. 12.5 remaining as Braintree clears. Minute and 50 left on the power play. Chasing after it, Gibbons. As the puck now is going to be slowed down as they try and exit their own end. Trying to gain some speed in the process, and able to do so as this one is worked back behind the net. McDonough in that vicinity as the backhanded feed from Cummings was blocked away and right back behind the wall as Braintree trying to clear it down the low boards, cannot get the puck out. Trying not to get too many players in that vicinity. Now trying for a shot, and a save is made. Shot taken from the right side of the ice from Lima Tower, who was again shut down. Overall, Braintree's done a pretty good job keeping the avenue open for Peasy to have a clean look at the pucks coming from the blue line. Getting a stick on it now is Gibbons, and Freeman also in on the forecheck as the two sides chase after the puck, and Archies will have it with a minute left on their power play. 11:35 to go here in the second period. Still a scoreless game as they lose an edge, and that forces them offside. And the face-off now will be outside of the attacking zone. .45 seconds remain here on the power play, which hasn't had much going yet. Walsh on the ice now, trying to clear it. Hard around the wall. Trying to move it down the blue line. Braintree gets a player in the way and clears it. Got to give Braintree a lot of credit. They played pretty well. But right now, again, chasing after another power play. Their second that they've had to face here in the game. As the Bishops really send that one in hard. Get to the loose puck. Final seconds now. Again, another unsuccessful power play for the Bishops. Now 0 for 2. You would imagine Braintree would be getting the next power play of this game, but that doesn't always translate over. 10:29 remaining here in the second period as we are just about at the halfway point of this game. Down the wall it goes. Shea on the puck first for Braintree. Nice reversal as McDonough now trying to clear, and that back the shot off the low walls does not actually find its way to a Braintree stick. As Braintree comes back to get the possession now. Trying to get it down the ice as McDonough now leaks out. Mancello out in front of her, and that one is forced in. Mancello going to try and win the race to the loose puck, and it is the Bishops able to get to it first with 9:50 to go in this second period. As Braintree trying to keep some pressure on here. Able to force a mistake. Could not get that next touch though. Braintree really would have had a good scoring opportunity there if they were able to do so successfully. Braintree's going to complete a line change here as they dump the puck in. Freeman, the first of three forwards to make a change. Gibbons now out there with Graziano as this one is knocked away by the back check of Gibbons, who hands it back to her defense. 2-on-1 opportunity. Gibbons out with Graziano. Shot from Gibbons low, and it's scooped right off the ice by Shea, who makes the save. .9:14 remain here in the second period. Good stick check by Eggers. Able to keep that one from going down the ice, and what could have been an opportunity for the Bishops. Now an opportunity here to skate it free. Shot taken and a save. The puck was loose, but the referee lost sight of it and blew the play dead. Braintree catches a break there because that puck was free. Did not go in, but a quick whistle helps Braintree there. Back behind the goal as Chukas now sets a pick to a sort. And now the puck is scooped up by the Bishops. 2-on-3s. The shot is way wide. Another shot. That one hit a Braintree player, and this one deflects back and out of play. I think it was last touched by the Bishops. Face-off. Looks like it's going to make its way outside of the Braintree end. Nope. Last touch by Braintree, apparently. Face-off is in the attacking zone. That one around the boards, picked up by Kaliako, trying to scoop it out. And a quick radius turn as Braintree in there, but not able to make the next play as the shot from Lacey, and a save is made on the far side of the ice, actually getting away. The second shot for Archie's was O'Brien. With 8:04 to go in the second period. Opportunity here for a face-off as Lacey takes the draw for the Bishops against Mancello. As this puck was loose and trying to glove that one was Peasy, and Braintree is able to scoop it back out past center ice and into now the Bishops' end. As McDonough chases after, and it is shot towards the goal by Byrne with a little bit of English on that puck. And it makes its way out. 2-on-2 up the ice. Shot taken, deflects, and that one had some mustard behind it. Kept in along the blue line. Pretty good shift here as Lacey making a couple of nice moves with the puck as Braintree banks it off of the glass and clears it back out to center. 7:20 to go here in period number 2. Looking for a shot attempt. Braintree instead gets in the way and clears it back out. As the Bishops change on the fly, Braintree gets a stick on that next play as McDonough able to fight through some traffic and make a nice play up the ice. Big time collision along the boards. Both players slow to get up. Opportunity now here for Freeman. As Braintree trying to send the shot on goal, it goes just wide of the near post. Reversing it now with 6:35 to go in the second period. As the Bishops will clear it out, and it is picked up by Braintree as they go back to the defense instead. Gibbons trying to force it into the attacking end and able to do so. The line is out there with Freeman and Graziano. Shot taken, and it is blocked away as that one never made its way to the goal. Opportunity here for Braintree if they can get a clean shot away, but not able to do so. Braintree has to make a line change, and Freeman dumps it in. Under 6 minutes to go. Second period action here at the Spruce Arena. Braintree's home rink. 5-5 Archies against Braintree at 5-2-3. Opportunity here again for Lacey, who's had a good second period. Trying for a shot that was deflected wide of the cage. Back behind the net again. It's Lacey coming in with the body check. Was Chukas. And it's dumped right back behind the net. Opportunity to try and center it. As Peasy diving, can't make the stop. And then again, the ref blows the play dead for the second time here in the period. That is a tough break. I can imagine some frustration on the Archies bench. That certainly looked to be free. Peasy did look like she was going to just jump on that puck, but somehow the puck got away from the glove, and they had an empty net to shoot at. But once the referee blows the whistle, there is no change. Can't recreate that scenario. So a couple of quick whistles helping Braintree here in the second period. As again, the Bishops have had the only 2 power plays of this game, 1 in each period. Final 5 minutes of the second period. Good stick check by McDonough, able to try and force a turnover. This line has really started to create some offense for Braintree, trying to do so again. Close to a hand pass, but Braintree gets the next touch. 2 players in the same spot on the ice for the Bishops, as Katapodis was trying to carry it in, and her teammate got in the way. So the 2 sides still scoreless in a low-scoring game. Braintree's really been playing some good hockey as far as keeping opponents off of the score sheet. As the opportunity back behind the net, still loose in front, as there is no whistle this time. Never made its way to Peasy. Some dangerous moments there as the Bishops score one here on a tough angle shot. And Braintree has given up the game's first goal here with 3:54 to go in the second period. So it looks like Nolan going to be the goal scorer here on that one, pinching up from the defensive spot. And obviously a tough sequence there, as Braintree had played them real tough. And now have given up the game's first goal. So Braintree plays from behind here on their home ice. I don't think Archie still does play here at the Spruce Arena, but they did a couple of years ago. This was their home rink for a while. As the puck now is given away. Braintree really needs to find some creative ways to find the puck and make things happen up the ice. Here's an opportunity 1-on-2. Graziano trying to work it in, takes the shot, and that one is stuck aside by Shea. Braintree will dump it back down the ice. Sent down by Hulk. 3:10 remaining here in the second period. Dangerously moving with the puck on their own side. Braintree able to take it away. It's Gibbons. Puck loose right at the side of the crease and covered with 3:01 to go in the second period. Shot taken, and that one going wide. Along the boards, Braintree could not get that next play, and a chance here, one-on-one. Opportunity for the breakaway, and Lima Tower couldn't get it to the forehand. Lost possession, and really would have had a great scoring chance if able to do so. Would have been a back-breaking goal for Braintree to give up, as the wrist shot is kept out. Easy making a couple of big stops. Shot again through, and the rebound, and they score. Peasy this time giving up a loose puck, and Braintree giving up a couple of late goals. Tough there for that rebound. Peasy, for the most part, has been very sure-handed here in this game, but not there, and gives up a rebound on the doorstep, right in the crease. Pretty easy goal there to be cashed in on. Once that puck was found, and the Bishops now have given themselves a 2-goal advantage as we near the end of the second. Tough one to give up for Braintree as they try and battle and keep this one close. Give up a third, and Braintree's really going to be in a world of trouble. Again, Braintree has yet to see themselves find a power play in this game. Archie's has gotten 2, has not scored on either. 2 regular strength goals. Shot, and that one blocked by McDonough. Here's a chance for Braintree up the ice. A 2-on-1 if it develops. Sent across for McDonough. McDonough with the return feed, and the pass is off target. Braintree had a great chance after the blocked shot, and that really would have been all to McDonough after blocking the shot and starting up the offense. To the far side of the ice as Braintree backhands it and cannot clear as Mancello is trying to leak out of the zone. Another opportunity here as Walsh trying to get involved. Hasn't really been able to make a big difference for Braintree on the offensive side of the ice. Generally, Walsh can make things happen with their skating ability. Probably has one of Braintree's best shots, too. Puck is free along the boards, hustling after McDonough. This line's been on the ice for a while as Mancello was knocked down in front. Could have been an interference call that did not come. 50 seconds remain here in this second period. Puck is still loose in the skates. Trying to send that one across as Braintree gets a player in front. Trying to clear it out, and Gibbons cannot get that next possession. And play is going to be ruled offside with 32.4 left. Final half minute as Braintree with the redirection off the low wall, back out into the neutral zone. Very important second goal for the Bishops. The insurance goal gives them the 2-goal lead as we near the end of the second. Final 10. As Braintree backhands it out. And Gibbons now with the final touch of the period ends the second period. 15 minutes of this second period have concluded, and Braintree now trail by 2 goals after a disappointing second period for the home team, who trail by a couple of goals here on their home ice, as we will return for third period action in a moment here on BCAM TV. Welcome back to the Spruce Arena start of the third period. Mike Walsh bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV as we continue our live stream broadcast here at Braintree Hockey against Archbishop Williams. Bishops with a 2-0 lead, scoring a couple of goals in that second period. And now have a 2-goal edge heading to the final 15 minutes of action. And Braintree needs to find a way to get one. You hope by the halfway point Braintree has one on the board. Want to have a chance to come back in this game. Haven't really been able to muster many shots on goal in this game. They're going to have to do so and score at least twice in this period to have a chance. You hope Braintree might find a way to get a power play in this period. They haven't had one yet in the game. As that puck is in the skates, and Braintree picks up the loose puck. Wing to wing as Graziano moves it in. Dumps it back behind the goal as Shea able to stick it aside. Braintree with some good forecheck here, trying to get to that loose puck as this one deflects and kept in by McDonough as it squirts back out, and Braintree picks up the loose puck. Here is Shea now, trying to go wing to wing, and that pass was deflected away by the skate of Lima Tower, scored that second goal. Lima Tower and Nolan, the 2 goal scorers for the Bishops. 13.5 remaining in this game. Trying to go right down the middle of the ice. As Braintree knocked down, looking for a penalty. And we have one coming finally on the Braintree side. So very important power play upcoming here for Braintree. A chance to get right back in this game. Braintree not using a timeout here, but using a little bit of time here to talk it over before taking the face-off here. And the attacking end. Gibbons an important face-off. Braintree down 2-0, but a power play here. Looking to cash in and cut it to a 1-goal game again. As Braintree is knocked off of the puck. Two sides battle, and that one hammered back along the boards and past the last stick of Braintree. Back on their own side of the ice with 13 minutes to go, and a Braintree player knocked down. That was a very dangerous decision by the Bishops, who could have easily been called for another penalty there, as that puck did not go out of play. As Braintree now will skate it out, 3-on-2, up the ice they go. Back behind the goal, it's Freeman. Freeman continuing with the puck. Got to get away some good shots here. Walsh at the blue line hoping for a shot. Hasn't really gotten away a good one yet. Not challenging, now the shot through, and Shea has that one kicked away by these pads there of the goalie. Walsh looking for somewhere to go with it. Walsh slides it across for Shea. Now in the middle of the ice, that one is deflected away. 12:15 remaining. Here is Walsh as this one pops up high, and Braintree able to get on the loose puck. Nice self-pass. Here is Shea moving in, pass across, and out of the reach of McDonough, who had a good look in front. Back behind the goal. Braintree looking for a goal to cut the lead in half. Very important power play here for Braintree with just a half minute left on it, and now a shorthanded bid. Opportunity to really put this one away, and the Bishops fan on the shot. Wow, great opportunity up the ice, and then Fleming lose the puck at the most inopportune time. Here is Shea. Shea has that one spin back to Freeman, fires a shot, and it just musters wide. Good opportunity there for Braintree. One last opportunity here in the final seconds. Out in front, players scrambling, looking to shoot McDonough, and didn't get much on the shot, and that kills off the power play. Braintree's best opportunity of the game, and also giving up a great opportunity shorthanded. So a 2-0 game as it remains. And Braintree not able to cash in on a very good opportunity to get on the board. Looking to the back post, opportunity was there, but the Bishops could not get a stick on it. Would have had an open net to score their 3rd goal of the game. Somebody lost a stick on the far side. Imagine it's a broken stick. Otherwise, why wouldn't the player pick it up? 10:40 to go. It is Walsh's stick, and it is not broken, so Walsh just did not elect to go for it. as this one is dumped in, and the Bishops will change. Braintree with the puck as they go wall to wall, but that pass was not on target. 10:25 to go in the ball game. Braintree down 2 goals here on their home ice. They played pretty good here to start this third period and really looking desperately to get one. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. 2 players knocked up against the boards. And Braintree going after the loose puck as Freeman losing an edge. Down the boards, Braintree able to force it back out. Play again is offside. Would have been the second in as many minutes. Braintree trying to send a player down the ice. Gibbons trying to get past the last line of defense as Braintree looking for a breakaway. Shot taken, and that one blocked away by the defensive Hulk. Hulk now on it, and a good stick-to-stick pass. Here is Gibbons. Gibbons skates it free. Able to work right by the defensive Thornton. Now the pass across, and it could not be connected with Graziano. Crashing down the far side of the ice was Gibbons again. Back behind the goal line is Braintree trying to get possession, and it squirts back out to center as they go D to D. Avini to the far side, and Braintree again works it in. Here's another opportunity. This is Mincello, and the backhanded feed never registered a shot. That one just wide of the cage. Looked like it may have even gone off the outside of the goal. Either way, not a shot on goal. With 8:50 to go, Braintree picks up the loose puck. And now starting to run out of time here, down 2. They're right around that threshold where you want to get one. About halfway through this third period, Braintree wants to get one to give themselves another half period or so to score that tying one. Puck is loose, and it's scooped up by McDonough. This line's probably been Braintree's best here of the game. Forced back out towards the blue line. Shot taken, and Peasy has the save. And now a little extra as the puck was jolted free, but that one was clearly covered. And I think the referee now has been weary of blowing the whistle too soon because a couple of times it looked like it was premature. Right at the top of the blue line, shot, and they score. That one squeezes through, and it looks like the goal will be Greenwood's on the shot from just inside of the blue line, which is going to be a killer goal here for Braintree to give up, and probably the dagger in the heart here with 8 minutes to go, down by 3. That one low on the ice, just found its way through traffic and beats Peasy. .7:45 left in the ball game. Braintree on their way to what would assume a third loss. Able to keep the puck in. Here is Greenwood again, who just scored, and that one looked like it hit the mask of Peasy, who made the save. Changing on defense. Back out towards the blue line. They go D to D. Here's Nolan's opportunity for a shot and a save. Back post, and Peasy diving, able to keep it away. Somehow that one stayed out as the Bishops really battling for another one as Braintree just spanks it down the ice. And this one's going to roll for icing with 6:45 to go, and Braintree really scrambling around. Worked right back out, trying to get it ahead to McDonough. McDonough with a player filling in, that's Michello in front. As Braintree trying to break the shutout and getting knocked down from behind was McDonough. And now a face-off. Looks like we're going to see a penalty. Didn't even see the call. It certainly looked like there was a penalty on that hit as McDonough was forced down with the cross-check from behind. Didn't see either referee's arm go up, but apparently they did have a call on it. And that is going to be Fleming, who is the guilty party, number 22 for the Bishops. As Braintree now in a must-score situation here, down by 3. McDonough having a little bit of trouble with it. Puck is now free, a shorthanded bid as the defense able to get back in the play. As Braintree's going to have to start trying to make a pass, not try and skate it up the ice. Looking to get it up the ice to Freeman as this one down, and it's going to go for icing. So Braintree with an icing on the power play. That's never a good sign. Obviously, you know what they were trying to do, which is make that long stretch pass and beat the defense, but pass was off target. And with 5:46 to go, Braintree will have a defensive face-off for the power play, their second of the game. Both power plays have come in this third period, which is the time you wanted to get them. But Braintree did not cash in on their first, although they did have some really good opportunities to make it a 2-1 game at the time. Right now, the Bishops are content to allow the clock to go, as Braintree has a player right on their back, as Shea just skates it right past Lima Tower, as the centering pass is blocked away from Shea. Back at the blue line, Walsh is going to let it go. It's redirected in front, and Freeman is stuffed right at the goal mouth. Looking to clear it right down the middle of the ice and able to do so. Really easy exit, as Braintree was giving a lot of time and space. Backhanded opportunity, and again, running into some trouble here on their own side of the ice with 4:45 to go. And now a stoppage and a hooking penalty. And if this is against Archie's, tough for me to see that one in the corner. It is against Archie's. It's a 5-on-3 power play here, and Braintree will have 26 seconds of 5-on-3 time as they will utilize a timeout with 4:42 to go in the game. Down 3 goals, but a golden chance to get right back in this game with a couple of power plays. As we will take a pause, be right back. Big opportunity here for the home team as the Womps with 26 seconds of 5-on-3 time. As this one is kept in neatly, here's Shea. Braintree in a must-score situation now. Chance to score here and get a second look as that shot was blocked. Still plenty of time left on it. Braintree trying to work it low as that one right at the goal mouth. They score! No, they did not. The referee blew the play dead and actually waves it off. Looked like Braintree had cashed in. Everybody was celebrating, but the goalie says no, or the referee says no, excuse me. So tough to see with all the bodies in front. But the celebration on the Braintree side would make you think that they scored, and that was not the case, which is a killer because that would have been a goal right before that first penalty expired and would have kept Braintree on the power play in a 3-1 game. Instead, now down 3-0, and now 1:10 left on a 5-on-4. I think Braintree would probably consider pulling their goalie, maybe. Working it in. Here's Shea's shot. It's blocked. Braintree getting some really good opportunities late in this third period. Their third period has been their best period of the game. Here's the opportunity. Gibbons also on the far post as a couple of players getting knocked to the ice for Braintree. As this one is forced down, and Archie's really scrambling around here on the penalty kill. Braintree's really taking it at him, but have not been able to score. 3:20 left, a half minute to go on a power play here for Braintree, their third of the period. Certainly not the way you want to close things out if you're the Bishops, taking penalties here in the third period, especially giving up a 5-on-3 with a 3-goal lead. That's the last thing you want to do. But it hasn't hurt them yet. Final 3 minutes now, and killing off some precious time in the process. Braintree has just 10 seconds left on the situation here, as McDonough in the midst of a battle in front of the goal. Skating it free now is Shea, and the puck is knocked away for a moment. Unsuccessful 5-on-3 for Braintree, although it looked very, very close to scoring one. So they would have had to get a second opportunity to look at that. But either way, the situation was wiped away, and Braintree's going to be guilty of an icing, but the referee says no. Certainly was behind the red line, but Braintree ate it out. But I think at this point, with 2 minutes left, down 3, I think the referees want to keep the game moving. But Braintree really came to play here in this third period, but it was a little too late. Already down at the time 3. Braintree's gotten themselves 3 power plays, but have not scored on any of them. Had 26 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Had a great opportunity on the goal mouth, but not able to push it past the goalie Shea, who's working on a shutout with 1:35 remaining. As Braintree ramps this one up into the netting, and a stoppage. So the Bishops will get over 500 with the victory. They'll move to 6-5. Braintree will drop to 5-3-3 with the loss. With 1:31 remaining. Busy week for Braintree sports. They'll be back in action again tomorrow. It'll be girls basketball. The girls basketball team also playing today, a non-league game against Bridgewater Raynham. They'll be at home against Brookline tomorrow. And then hockey again will be on their home rink on Saturday against Brookline. Trying to get back in the win column in that game. As the shot is through a screen from Avini, and it's wide of the cage. Final minute now of the game. As the Bishops killing off some precious time and looking to hold on for a shutout. Braintree hung around for the first couple of periods, but giving up one early in the third was the dagger. As Braintree started to find some offensive opportunities in this third period, unfortunately it was too little too late. With a half minute to go now. Final 15 seconds coming off the clock. 10 seconds left. Gibbons gets to the loose puck. Hammer right back down the ice. And the final horn now will sound here at center. And that ends the game. The Braintree Womps lose to Archbishop Williams in a non-league match by the score of 3-0. The winning goal back in the first period, as it turns out, from Nolan. The difference in this ball game, Braintree shutout for a rare time here this season, but again, they'll be back on their home ice on Saturday against Brookline as Braintree drops to 5-3-3 with the loss, and Archie's moves to 6-5 with the victory. So we'll be back here to cover that one on Saturday as Braintree trying to get back in the win column. A 2:30 start on Saturday. As that'll conclude our coverage. Thanks for watching here today, a live stream broadcast of Braintree Hockey. On behalf of our graphics coordinator back in the studio, Chris Curran, our camera person here today, Dave Maybrook, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.